Good afternoon, sir, and thank you for your time on the PM News Desk. Welcome.
Good afternoon.
Initiation deaths, you've just heard 21 so far this season. This really tarnishes the image of an age-old cultural practice. What is the purpose or the significance of such a practice today?
We regret the number you have just mentioned, that so far our institution have made a loss of 21 lives. It is something that we would have not want to find ourselves in that condition. But the primary importance of the initiation process, it's about educating our young men about their culture, about their tradition, about their custom. It is about that particular initiation process where we are offering education that is related to who are we supposed to be, and what are the value for life. It is in that context that we emphasize issues relating to respect for human life, respect for elderly, respect for young people, and in particular the elders and the women and children.
All right.
It is an area where...
Mr. Thobejane, how would you respond to those who are of the view that this initiation process is outdated and is not really relevant in the process of becoming a man outside the group who actually believes in it?
We are always respecting the views and the opinion of everyone, but we want to re-emphasize that it is not anyone who should tell us whether the initiation process is outdated or still relevant for today's life. We, the practitioner, we, the people who are practicing this culture, we are seeing it as important. We respect those views from those individuals who are talking the language they are talking, and we would want them equally to respect the views of the practitioners who are practicing in a regular way, in a manner that it is safe, in a manner that is free from any death, in a manner that is free from any harm of any young person. We want us to understand that, yes, today we are sitting here talking precisely because we have lost life. But after all in all, it is not in all initiation schools where we are losing life. It is in that context that people, they must understand that every year, even this year as we are talking, the initiates, young men that are on the mountain as we are talking, there are not less than 50,000 across the country. Yes, one death is too much for us. We cannot celebrate any death by whatsoever. However, we wanted all of us, including the journalistic, analysis, to understand that our culture, it has never intended to kill any person. Yes, there are individuals who are bringing criminal activities within the system of our initiation processes, which it's one that we are saying together we must expose them. Together we must deny them an opportunity within, our own institution. We would want our institution to be performed in the manner regulated by our forebears, which amongst other, it's saying nobody should be forced to go into the initiation school. Initiation school, you have to go there voluntarily with the support of the parents. And in this regard, the parents, we are not just only talking about mother, father. We are talking about mother, father, uncle, aunt, and grannies. And all of those people are important.
Yes, Mr. Thobejane, you've got some strong views on medical male circumcision. Now, you've mentioned previously that this will sideline an important cultural practice, but it will go a long way in saving young lives?
Look, we have never said we are against any medical, whatever method you might talk to. But we are saying the initiation is the one area that we are expert in it. And it is in that context where we are saying, yes, in the revolution of mankind, we are starting to have a scarcity of the number of people who have got the expertise. Hence, we are inviting communities to say, in every community of practices, they must identify a medical professional doctors that they know that they are graduates of this institution, and work with them, make them to help, them in the process where they don't have knowledge. And this, you cannot do it without partnering with government. Hence, we have been saying in the whole of last year that Department of Health nationally, it has agreed to partner with ourselves. But I wanted to say, this year in particular, it looks like all of us were found wanting. We did not, review that understanding. We don't know where are the department, whether the department is still giving the necessary support. I would want to talk about the experience that we have, where we have realized that in that partnership, the Department of Health have provided, funding to assist communities that have outsourced the issues relating to surgical part, where medical professional doctors were employed to do the work. However, that was not enough. People should understand that initiation is not only about the surgical part. It's just a small piece of the whole thing. It has include a lot of things which I may not, communicate to the public through this media today. We have to respect the privacy. We have to respect the secrecy of the institution. Anyone who wanted to know more, we are invited to go to the mountain where the school has been properly authorized, run by the people with skills, run by people who do have experience of what they are doing. You will then come back and speak different
Mr. Thobejane, you're alluding to the secrecy that these initiation ceremonies are shrouded in. How willing are community members to come forward with information to help reveal the location of such schools, which we know are shrouded in so much secrecy right now?
Look, I've spoke about the criminal activities of criminality that are invoking and using our institution for their self-personal gain. The same language you are speaking. Any journalist, any person who is not a graduate, who does not qualify to go where the initiation is taking place, of course it's a violation of our own culture. And amongst other problems that we are having, it is the very same people who are going where they know they don't have authority to go. Instead of saying traditional leaders, people who are the practitioners, there are challenges here and there. How can we help? To help is not you to carry your camera and go to the mountain when people have hidden. They know that within their practice, there are things that they cannot do over the public. Hence, they are moving outside the community, go to the mountain, hide in order to perform them in that particular space. And I wanted to emphasize this thing of saying we should discourage at all costs any form of, going into the initiation process without following the necessary procedure, without the knowledge of the practitioners, without the graduates leading, visiting the young men as they are. But key, amongst other, is to make sure that anyone who goes to these important African practices, they should make sure that they follow the procedures. The aunt are given an opportunity to perform the rituals so that whenever you go there, it should not be about schools are closed, you just get to your friends and go there.
Mr.
It should
Thobejane,
be
I'm afraid
that
we
has
are
been
out of time.
within the family.
Mr. Thobejane, I'm afraid we are out of time. We'll have to leave it there. That's Mr. Setlamorago Thobejane, President of Controlisa on the PM News Desk. Moving on to other news now, temporary residents of RDP houses in Carltonville, west of Johannesburg, are still waiting for alternative